like a levy on the side pushes his guy, I can cut in the middle, and like that's too risky for them to stay that low. They have to fall back.
I'm actually surprised that you were able to take your side, right, to win your side, because usually you'd get kited to shit. But I guess with that cloud
Oh,
in
I
there,
did.
you
I got kited to shit. Yeah, the first push I won. Second, he got so much range he was kiting me, but then I got regen, and then
yeah,
with regen I don't give a fuck. Just
yeah.
charge forward and press G.
I mean, it also seems like the guard was already in kind of the transition towards broodlords. I'm not even sure. Did he go through scourge or did he just go through acid? I don't even remember what
He
his path was.
had acid. I don't know if he ever got scourge. He had energy of after the first up. He had 275, and I think it was acid. But I was fearing scourge. Wait, I got kicked out of lobby. What the fuck? I also have Twitch pulled up. I can Twitch stream. Well,
Yeah. Do you want? Are you familiar with the direct Twitch stream?
yeah, I have a Twitch stream that I practiced like 5 years ago. I pulled it up today because I was gonna like make an argument to my wife. I'm not playing. I'm just streaming the tournament, and if they need me to play as an emergency, I
Yeah, sure.
would. But like, luckily, she had like a lunch date, and I didn't need to have a fight.
This will end up on the
Uh,
internet.
wait, are you streaming?
I'm recording. I could cut it out, but
No,
I think it's just that much
cut it
funnier if
out.
it.
Restart. I don't need this. I don't need this implication.
Reset. Hilarious.
So nice to see you after so many years, Abra.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's good to finally meet.
yeah,
It's
like I
been
wish I could play in this tournament, but I'm just here to spectate and
stream, cast.
co-cast.
Yeah, practice your streaming skills for your other channel, right?
Yeah. I've streamed a few live like FOMC meetings. Um,
Actually, well, since we have a couple of
and yeah,
minutes here while we're in lobby waiting for Uprise and Red Alert to get their stuff together, do you want to just give us a quick update as to what it is that you do, what your channel is all about, and how much
oh yeah.
money you lost in the last 2 weeks?
Oh, dude, I've lost more money than the federal government has made already.
No,
Uh,
they're making a ton of
the
tariffs.
the Trump tariffs are wrecking the markets. Crypto is down 30% in like a week. Regular stock market is down 10%. Uh, Tuesday, I think, whenever that was, Wednesday, whatever the second was, Trump came out with this like chart and boards of 180 countries and how much America will impose tariffs on them. And they just like crushed the market. It was way more than anybody expected. So it's not good. Uh, Economy seems to be doing okay. Jobs are good, but I feel like this is going to force the FOMC to lower rates in June, which will be good for housing, and hopefully that's the big brain play here. But I don't trust that orange fuckface knows what the fuck he's doing. He has no idea how to have sword.
Whoa,
Sorry
whoa,
for
kids
cursing.
friendly. No, I'm kidding. Feel free to talk about anybody as freely as you want. But I do have a question for you. What is this policy rate versus the um, so the interest rate, the prime interest rate that is set by the federal government is different than the policy rate. What the fuck is that difference? I
Uh,
can't understand it. Especially when there's like a
no, there's
discrepancy spread of like 3% between the two.
so prime rate, it's what like lenders charge. Now the federal funds rate is the amount that the FOMC, Federal Open Market, the Fed, charges banks to borrow money from them, and they're usually the lender of last resort.
That's
So banks just
right.
they're supposed to borrow from each other, but then they come to the Fed because they have to have a certain amount of money on
uh,
deposit
on
to the
hand.
fractional reserve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So actually, I do know that they do come to the federal bank for as a final resort, but nevertheless, they do set their rate based on that, and usually they add like 1 or 2 points of difference between the on top of the federal bank, I guess. So they would basically put their lending rates anchored into whatever the federal bank is, right?
It's it's supposed to. So like the Federal Reserve has two things usually at their disposal. They have a couple more tools. They can set the federal funds rate, which anchors some of the interest rate, and they can buy and sell bonds to influence the yield curve. The yield curve is the 2, 10, and the 30-year bonds. Uh, so what they do is, if they want to lower the interest rate, they'll start selling a lot of bonds, which lowers the how much people want to get interest for. Like, if you want me to buy it or give me a better price or whatever, right? So
And
they
this
either
is
put money into the system or take the money out of the system
right, and this is
to
all
increase
assuming
liquidity
that
and affect interest rates.
basically people are also borrowing money to buy those bonds. Is that correct?
I mean, people are always buying the bonds. It's question is like, does it look attractive relative to other risk
Other
assets?
investments, right, right, right. Well, that's fantastic. Wonderful crash course on economics 101 while we're waiting in the
So
lobby here.
on my channel Delta Code, I decode investing in finance and crypto. I'm mostly a crypto bro, but I also cover things like Chinese stocks or U.S. tech stocks. My main focus is Coinbase. I do in-depth analysis every quarter. I am the best forecaster of Coinbase earnings before they show them in the world.
And this, I can attest that Delta has been more often right than I would like, and more often right than I would like to admit, until Trump came along and fucked this whole shit up. And you know,
Oh God.
that you can't predict, I guess. Delta is not good at predicting what's on Trump's mind, but that's beside the point.
I cannot predict stupid.
You- yes. But in general, whatever
What do you
Trump
think?
says and does, just do the opposite and you'll be fine.
Oh man, yeah, it's crazy. The world's crazy right now, and we have, what, 4 more years of this. So brace yourself.
Unless it's 8 more years of this. Brace yourself
No,
indeed.
I'm hoping heart disease gets him because he seems to eat McDonald's a lot.
Yeah, there's no chance that this guy's gonna be around for that long, dude. He was old when he got elected the first term.
I don't know, man. These presidents, Carter lived to 100. They got the good medicine.
Sure, but living to 100, I mean, even Biden was still living, but not really functional. So, I mean, falling asleep in meetings isn't exactly what you need from a president.
Uh, I saw this meme. It's Biden with the stock market like all in red behind him as the background, saying, "You miss me yet?"
That's awesome. Uh, all right, so it looks like we have a game here: Uprise versus Red Alert. Red Alert is this team who was awesome about 12 years ago. They played in a lot of tournaments. They have a lot of tourney experience and a lot of in-house experience, a lot of clan experience. It seems like it's actually a bunch of guys who know each other from Moscow. They haven't played anytime recently. They started again in the last 2 days before the tournament, and they've been crushing it. So I'll be talking about Red Alert today, and Delta, if you want to introduce Uprise.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay,
You go
so
ahead
on
first.
top we have Levi Sanik. He's been playing only Levi lately, so that's expected. Ivanopala on Dread. He's going to be captaining the middle. He's waiting for the extra energy and bombard at base. Battlestar is at the very top. He's got kite build. Yeah, and we got two missile boats, one Raven in the middle. So basically, they're running the exact same comp as they did against us. They're hoping that they're going to be as successful as they were against us. Delta?
Yeah, on the bottom we have Nox on Levy. He held his 75 minerals until he saw there's a Levy on the other side. He dumped it into Fighters and Tentacles. We got Kraken with EMP on the Raven. We got GKR with Plague. Laptop Panda 4, Shield 3 Missile Boat on Colo. We got BC with Yamo, Mini Yamo, and a 5 Armor Dread Lion Cage. BC is Seb.
Ivanopala is just waiting here for the Dread to lose his shields so he can bombard. They're chasing OG all the way in the cloud. Oh, this is going to be an early. Oh, wow. What a
Oh,
wonderful.
that Bombard is gone.
The bombard is
Nice
gone.
EMP.
And a plague in two
Nice
in the
Plague
middle.
on 2. Wow.
Okay, that
That,
was great. Fantastic call. I'm sure OG was yelling at Kraken, telling him to go in the right place. What the fuck just happened? Kraken just EMP'd OG. He tried to give him shields, he EMP'd him
what?
instead.
Oh no.
I think
Oh
he's
no,
making up
that's
for
a
it now.
terrible. Yes. Some sorry shield transfers, but red team did get that push. Look like at the start,
Uh,
but now they're falling.
bottom levy is owning the other levy. But now that the frigate's going to be cutting in, Nox is going to have a 2v1 on his hands.
It seems that the blue team is 2 versus 1ing the side ships quite a bit.
Well, as long as they can afford to do so, and Battlestar the Guard has been able to swap over into the Desi's lane, and now we'll be kiting the Desi. Oh wait, no,
Got 5
Battles.
armored.
Yeah, five armor does get chewed up by this acid spore. Ooh,
We
Battlestar got a
got
little bit too close.
the middle is plagued up. The plagues are doing good work. If the OB can help on the side with the plague against the levy or the
I th-
frigate, that might help this 2 versus 1
he's
situation.
he's looking for it right now. He's look. You can see he's not going. Oh, he did throw it for the frig. I was gonna say he's not going for that frig, but he did. Delta, he read your
He was
mind,
trying
and
for the levy.
yeah.
Yeah, he was trying for the levy, but Frig looked available. And he's already hurt. He's going home. Yeah, he sent him home. That's great.
Kraken is done on
Oh,
his
he's not.
game. Kraken actually just clicked on the Overlord and stalled. Um, he seems distracted, and Lion and Cage will actually
Again, 2
lose the
versus
top.
1. Yeah, 2 versus 1. I'm seeing
So
a lot of that on the side.
Kraken has missed his EMP, and GKR has gotten EMP'd before his last plague. So it actually looks like Blue Team will still be winning this first push.
Blue team's winning. I feel like the red is further up the map
They are,
and
but
slightly ahead in farm.
let's see which one goes to the towers. The frigate's already upgrading for the Blue Team. He's just gonna be coming out.
Hmm. And the dread is healing on the red team. They'll probably warp in. We'll see if they'll try to stick around. The
I don't.
Frig is waiting for 2 more minerals so he can buy warp.
I was actually exactly wondering what he is buying, and there he is. He's warping, and I wonder where he's warping. Is he warping on the top? Oh no, he's warping in the middle.
OG is warping to laptop at top, probably. Desktop, sorry. I did not know he changed his name.
Kush ended up getting bots, and he ended up healing as well. So there was no definitive winner of this push, but I guess there will be now. Beautiful EMP. Oh, VO. That's no, that's bad. They're gonna get in trouble here because their Raven is yellow, and Ivanopala has Bombard. He's not willing to tank. They're not able to tank.
I
Panda
think
keeps.
definitive win from red. Definitive win on the push, especially if you look at the levy differential. Nox has double the farm of the other levy.
You called it Delta,
More than double.
and now he's only getting further ahead. Yep. Sanic won't be able to keep up with this levy, even though right now they do have the same upgrades. But I think Nox is banking 500 bucks to go back and buy every spell possible. The guard was trying to heal on the Battlestar was trying to heal on the field by just kiting, and he ended up getting sniped by a siege creep and had to back off.
That's bad luck.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Knox is going back with 560 minerals. Let's see what he buys. That's a nice bank. Ovi has about 500. BC has 625.
Yeah.
Raven has 500. Oh, I'm excited to see these upgrades.
They are
Dread
all
is coming.
rich.
Dread is coming out with not much. He has same as previously because he already upgraded.
Dread got Hall.
With
Uh, he has the bots, and not a whole lot. Yeah, he just got a couple of lasers in here. But let's see. Nox got acid spray and rapid regen. Kraken,
we
EMP,
got
and a ton of energy.
we got Seb got shields, BC shields, defensive shields. Ovi just has more of everything, a little more into the fighters, into the what are they called, mutalists, and laptop, desktop got more shields. They got staying power,
So it's interesting that
but he got farm and staying.
the blue team opted for a lockdown, and they locked down the BC, while the red BC opted for OJ Shield. They are now triple teaming the levy on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, you know, help from teammates to fight the side lane ships from the blue team, from Red Alert.
That bombard from Ivanopala, all it hit was the orange shield that didn't do very much damage at all. In fact, Seb has a ton
Ooh.
of energy. EMP on one only.
DKR just dodged the EMP, and he's looking for another plague.
And he's gonna get it.
He's plaguing the Destro that has bots. I don't think that's a good strategy at this point. We should pick a different target.
Actually, he missed his plague. Yeah, Nox is dominating, and they are still at their. The blue team is a little bit on the run. They're closer to their towers. They are feeling a little bit dominated.
Yeah, the Red Alert Levy doesn't even have any spells right at this point. So he's going to get hardcore chewed up by Nox.
Yeah. And blue team is going in. Sanic did not bank anything to actually buy, so he's actually keeps trying to get his last few minerals here.
I think he's at least going to save. Let's see. He's got 200. He's either going to get Bio Discharge or Regen.
Oh,
Likely Regen. I see that. Yeah. Oh, nice launch from Nox.
Yep.
He sees the setup.
And they weren't
It's
seeing
pushing
it.
it's pushing Uprise back because they're fearing the warp trick, but there is no warp trick. It's Ivan just being clever.
Very well done. And in fact, he actually surprised Nox a little bit because Ivan swapped sides. He was on top the whole time until now. Well, he was in the middle, but he was kind of on the top side.
I would like to see the Levy on the Red Alert switch because he's lost here, and maybe somebody else can battle Nox better because he can't catch up at this point. He's fighting Nox.
I wanted to bring up actually you as a Levy player. You know, how do you like this? Instead of Bioplasma Discharge, he opted to go for Acid Spray, and he's been using that Acid Spray to actually deny, as you can see, deny the farm of the other Levy. So it not only helps him stay further ahead and do what the Acid Spray damage does, including the armor, but also maybe has a higher function here. Oh, the Raven's really in trouble. I can't even finish my sentence. Yeah. The Raven will die.
Oh, Raven. He's dead.
Vio was out of place. Can they make something happen? Nox is in a weak position, but
but he'll regen.
Oh, will they get Nox? Will they get Nox? No, he got a regen. Ivanopala fell.
They lost the guard.
And the guard will fall. Their entire team crumbled over a matter of seconds. I was just talking about something else.
This is over. If they got Nox there, it would have been worth your ships because Nox has that much fun. But
yes, indeed. Oh, they called the GG, so this is game over. Well played, Uprise. 15-minute game. It wasn't as long as we'd expect from these two teams, but they had the right push at the right time.
So the Red Alert had to double team, triple team side lane ships a lot. And
Right.
maybe that works sometimes, but not this time.
Yeah, and I think when you say having to just to be able to keep up is different than having to in terms of getting ahead, getting the advantage, and killing something. So I think there's definitely something to be said there between you know being forced to do so because you can't keep up with your sideline ship versus just doing it as a strategic move.
At the top, was that did whoever was fighting the Dread really need help against the 5 armor Dread?
Uh, it's not about help in that situation. Essentially, the five armor dread doesn't eat any damage, and the bombard. Oh, did I just see something? Desktop Panda has lost his Uprise tag, literally right now as we speak on stream. He just left Uprise. But going back to your question, no, I don't think it's so much about help because he's dying to the five armor Destro, but rather um, I think that Bombard is just better spent on the five armor Destro than it is on other ships, because the Destro is slower, clumsier, and you're bypassing all that five armor is completely useless. The Bombard just does full damage. Two of those Bombards basically send that five armor Destro back, and that's better spent there
So
than on the middle ships.
who was at the top first? Koa?
So it was Guard versus Destroyer,
Okay.
and um, yeah, and I guess the Guard versus the Destroyer is good, is right. You can probably keep kiting him and still win in the long game, but certainly with the double bombard, it makes that work faster. As well, generally, your
Yeah.
side lane bombard will less likely be denied, but in this case it was, but it's less likely to be denied than it will be in
Yeah.
the middle, right?
He got EMP'd, but then they stayed 2 versus 1 there, and I think that lost them the middle.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, for sure, getting denied, getting a plague in two ships in the middle, on both the frigate and the BC, and then missing their EMP. I think all of those things kind of definitely started snowballing, and lost. Sanic lost his bottom lane, and I think that's pretty much all she wrote, right?
Your question about the Levy acid spray, it's an interesting path. Denying farm, it also gives reduction on armor. I feel like it's once you're ahead, stay ahead sort of a upgrade.
Yeah, it's more of a long-term plan. I think it's more of a big brain plan with a strategic control of their over the other levy's farm rather than and maybe if you hit his farm, you hit your farm, you hit the mutas, and you kill all that stuff. Over just doing that straight body to body damage and trying to push them back. Like it seemed like he was doing just fine controlling him, pushing him back with the rest of what he has, and then that acid spray was kind of like that addition to all that, the nail in the coffin, as you would put it.
Yeah, the other Levy got bio discharge. Did not even get regen, which is an interesting choice. It's like I'm going to do damage. I don't care about healing.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like when you don't have a ton of money in the bank right off the bat, you kind of have to make these decisions. And the levy is one of those where either you go the healing path or you go the damage path. It's very difficult to go both because then you're not really good at either. So like you want to just go one spell and upgrade that spell and maybe go passive and active regen. That kind of snowballs well with the rest of your armor and health. But then if you're going the damage path, then you kind of want to go that and upgrade that. You can't really be splitting upgrades. Well, I mean, I guess you could, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a Levy player.
No, I do think that getting the acid kind of forces you to, in order to spam it, you need a lot of energy.
Yeah,
And it's a nice way to deny farm, get farm, use that farm to get energy, and then get even more farm once you're at their base, then go buy everything else. So it's a nice path. It's not always available, but I feel like it is. Like I said, once you're ahead, stay ahead.
yeah, indeed. Well, I guess that wraps up
Yeah, but
all the tourney games for today. Thank you, Delta, for joining me for this cast. It has been most interesting.
yeah, my pleasure.
Awesome, and I like our dynamic synergy in casting games. So maybe now that we lose a few more, we can just focus on the casting and less on the actual games.
Honestly, as a former lots of player, I enjoy watching more. Yes, it's stressful being on the other end of it.
Exactly, definitely a lot less stress, that's for sure. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great day. Thanks, Delta. Bye.